Welcome, good to be back. I'm day 2 of my 40-day challenge of doing every day a live stream. That's not always easy, but I try to be positive and always be on time. I will try to do this every evening for the next 40 days. That's why I'm doing live streams at this point. You can always ask me everything that you want. If you want to learn something about the passive incomes that I put online, you can also ask me. I just want to help everyone be financially free, to be smart, and to take care of their money that they have, the wealth that they have built up, and to make sure that they still have a lot of wealth at the end of the day, before we go over to a new monetary system. Which the monetary system will be, well, I have no idea yet, but time will tell, and we will see that in another day. First of all, let's take a look what Bitcoin has done, because yesterday he made a nice jump up, but today we are already down again 4%. That means everything that we gained yesterday, that we are already back at where we started it. But that's okay. We are at the price of $23,017. Today we are 9 of August 22, and let's take a look what Bitcoin is doing. I took the time today to put some major key points on, to start with a clean chart and to show you how I start my drawings. You can see here perfectly I set up a few support and resisting areas. We now came out of this one where we perfectly hit the bottom, and we are now heading up to a new support area. If we do not break through this support area from 24.2 to 25.3, if we break through this one, we will definitely go up for the next one. That's around 30,000. But as long as we do not break through it, we will have to be a bit of patient to see what happens, because last week's was a doji, and I never like to see dojis, because a doji means normally if you're at the support area, you can see it here, this little fellow here. This is a weak candle, by the way, so this every bar here is a weak. So these are quite accurate in what they are telling you. And for me, this tells me that the market should change direction if it is at a key support level. I redraw them as specifically to make sure that we still can see what's happening, and we are at a key support level here. This one is an invert hammer at this point, and that means that the market will definitely change direction. If this ends this week like here, that means definitely that we are going back to around 19,000. From 19 to 21,000, of course. That's what I see in the future, to be sure of what Bitcoin should be able to do at this point. Why do I tell this? Let's take a look at the dailies, and I'll show you straight away what I mean. There used to be a channel here. I took it out for a second. I will redraw it now for today. So we have been trading into this channel for a while now. This one here. Well, let me delete this one and take a channel itself. It's easier. Parallel channel, I think this one is it. So here you have a parallel channel that I can make and move it myself. So these are quite significantly aim perfectly. Something like this would be great to see. Maybe here a bit lower. So this is the channel we have been trading in for quite a while now, and this is still looking bullish, but we have not surpassed this part yet. Now this day candle in 5 hours is a very special one, so we really need to take a look at this candle. It's a beautiful one at this point, to show us that the market is changing direction at this point, because first of all, we did not make a higher high here, we made a higher low. So that shows us that the market should change direction. But a few other indicators at this point shows us that we're still moving upwards. And one of them was the relative strength index today. That shown me that we were still moving upwards, and I'm going to show you why I would say that. Because if I draw a trend line under here, and this is already, we did not break this one yet. So this trend line has 1, 2, 3, now almost a 4th point. So if we should break this trend line here, that means that we definitely are going downwards. But at this point, we still didn't touch it yet, so that means that we still have a chance to change direction and still move upwards. We will have to wait and see what happens, of course. If it does break this channel or this support level, that means that we're definitely going a different direction. What do I not like about this one is that we are here in a downtrend. If you can see, it's slowly moving downwards, but if you use here, we were going upwards. So this was a higher high, but here it was a lower high. So that's what I don't like. If you see lower highs on the moving average and there are higher highs on your chart, that means normally the market is changing direction, of course. But as long as it trades in this channel, that means that we are still okay, and we must see what happens, of course. Now, if it breaks here, I'm definitely putting in a short to make sure that I get the short to 19,000. My short will be entering below this part here. So below this part, somewhere in here, I would start trading a short. I put on a short today also, but I'm out of it at this point because I was not sure what the market would be doing at this point. I took a short from somewhere here. So I have about 3% that I took, and that about a 5x, so that was 15% I made, and I've definitely stopped my trade because it was a bit risky getting, my stop loss is getting very slow, and I think my stop loss hit it today. But there was also a trade for me going upwards at this point, so I'm now in a trade in an uptrend. So if the market goes up, I'm into it, but I put my stop loss very close. So if I get thrown out somewhere here, so my stop loss, that I get out very quickly. So this is a 5-1 ratio. That's why I wanted to do it, because my profit was 5 against 1. So that's quite an amazing trade to take if you have a 5 against 1 trading. After that, I cannot tell you very much about the market today. That's about it. If we see this point of view, that means that we have a bearish entanglement bar, and that means definitely that we are going downwards. If you want me to tell you that, here was a doji that could be the impulsive move too, because we're still in a downtrend. Also, this looks like an uptrend, but in the bigger picture, we are still in a downtrend. You can see we did not change direction yet because we did not surpass here. If I take from March and I draw a trend line, you can see that we did not surpass this one yet. So we're still in an overall trend line. Or even if this looks like an upway, you definitely need to know that before you can start trading. That's what trend are we in, and we are still in a bearish trend. Remember that, people. So be a bit careful if you start trading. You can see overall looking, so from November we have been in this trend line downwards. So we should break at least a key level of 30,000 before we are in an uptrend again. So I'm not seeing this happen anytime soon, as long as we did not surpass the 25,300 and a bit. If we surpass that level and we retest on this support key level, then we will definitely go up to this point. But as long as we do not support that level, we will not be going upwards. Just a second. Wat, Taliana? Aliana, wat is er? Wat kom je doen dan? Okay, that was my kid. They just wanted to know what was going on. Where was I? I got distracted, of course. Okay, I know again. So as long as we do not surpass this key level here, that means that we are definitely going back to the prior highs. we will have to be a bit patient. If I go in and I zoom even more in the 4-hour chart, you can see this is a double top. Now this is a triple top on this support level, on this key level. We made the fake out and we made a retest. So we broke, retest, double topped out, and then that means that we could definitely go back down. Why would we do this? Because this is a lower high, even a lower high than here. It was not a lot, but a small bit, and this point was almost the same height, so you can see that we could be going lower again. That's still, we still have a bit more on the RSI too that we can go lower. This is about the area that we should tap out. This is about the areas where we should start going in a trade again. That's why the RSI is quite handy. If it's below 30, we can go in trades. If it's above 70 or around 70, we should go out of trades, and then normally you have like an 18% gain, so that's huge. If you did that 3-4x, that means that you have at least 50-60% margin gain. So if you can trade that, people, be very happy. You're definitely on the right track on trading perfectly on crypto market. If you do not know yet how to trade, please take my course. It's free, it's educational, and it's the best thing that you can do is learn yourself a good skill that you can use anywhere in the world. And if you can do this good, people will come for you anywhere in the world to be able to trade for them, because only I think about 7% of the traders make more money than the market does itself. So if you calculate it and you put it in time frames from 5 to 10 years, that means that 90% of the people make less money or lose money even instead of just holding. Instead of just holding the crypto coins themselves. Just a second, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry for the delay, people. The kid was calling again, and I'm still a father, so I still need to take a look if everything is still okay, of course. I was telling, yeah, if we do not go any higher and the market keeps doing this, we definitely are going back downwards. First of all, I was showing you how much profit you could make on the RSI when it's quite low. Now let's take a look how the moving averages are moving. We definitely broke through the moving average and significant, even a lot, and we are quite far from it, even from the moving average. Let's take the 200 simple moving average. We're still above that one, so that's good. This one is around here. If I take my channel out, you will see that we are still quite high above the 200 moving average. As long as these do not break on dailies, that's okay. On the daily he's still way above, so we are still in a downtrend. For bigger time frames and slower time frames, we're still under the 12, the 8 hours. We just got above it on the 8 hours. I do like that one, because we have been under it for quite a while, and now we just surpassed it on the 8 hours. So we have to take this one in the court, especially because we moved again just above it recently by hitting this top again. So that's nice to see, because this is a very bullish sign. Now if we take the 9, if we go to a 6-hour time frame, we are quite far from it. The 4 hours, we're getting close to it again, so we are bouncing off the 200 moving average here. To recap you some value, so now we are getting very close to each other. So by tomorrow we will see if we've broken through or if we're heading back down. Tomorrow will be definitely the day that we can say which way we are heading out, especially because of the moon also. The moon has a lot to do with these cycles. If you never heard about the moon cycle, please try to know when the moons are full moon and when it is another moon, the new moon. If the new moon is out, we have a bearish sign. If it's full moon sign, it's a bullish sign. So that's how it works a bit in the crypto market. If you would just be trading off that indicator, and you have one by the way, you would have had a nice trading time. Now that's about it for Bitcoin, so much more is not to say about this one. Let's go take a look at Ethereum at this point, where he is at and what we can expect. Let's zoom in a bit, because at this point we can't see anything. Okay, so Ethereum made same as Bitcoin, the doji, at the key point level. So now he's making a hanging man, and that hanging man is telling me that the market is changing direction, definitely, and that we are hitting back to pre-high levels. So that would be around 1500. We are now at 16, so key level is first 1500, because that is a brain level. I don't know why people always want to try to hit these kind of key support levels, but after that it's around 1300 that we should be heading at. I see him definitely go back to this pre-high levels. 200. Oh, I closed my 200. Was that my... no, that's my simple moving. Let's take a look where the bullring bands is standing to. We're getting quite far from the edge. Oh, this one should not be opening at this point. We're in a weak candle, so let's take a look at the day candles, what they are telling us. This is a top tweezer, so this means the market is changing direction too. And it's a bearish enfungement. If this candle is bigger than this one, it's a bearish enfungement. And where can you learn this? Of course, in the Candlestick Bible. If you never have read in this Bible, it's really something, if you want to learn how to trade, that you should be doing. This shows you, this is a bearish enfungement bar, a smaller and a bigger one. And that's what we have here, a smaller and a bigger one. So it's very key point level that this one stays bigger by the end of the evening. If he stays bigger than that one, that means that the market is changing direction. Same as dojis, these are also key points to say we are changing direction. You can look it up, many support points that we have that the market changed. Here we have a doji that changed direction. Here have a bearish enfungement that changed direction, but we're already in a downtrend. Here we have a bearish enfungement that shows us that the market was going down. Here the market was going down. Here we have a bearish enfungement that shows that the market goes down. See, we have a lot of key indicators that show us this. And the person that whoever made these candles was quite famous for it. And if you want to study him, it's a free PDF. You can find it online. If you want me to share it, just ask and I will. I have it on my computer, and I have this even in paper, completely printed out. This is the person. Just pause the movie if you want to do it. And this is Munehisa Ohoma. If I didn't pronounce that right, I will excuse me for this person, because he is quite famous and I really like him. Even he died except 200 years ago. But still, I much appreciate him that he ever made this candlestick Bible for us, that we can continue using it, of course, to educate ourselves about the market and how the market works. Now we are a bit in a downtrend, looking like it's gonna be a downtrend today. Let's take the 4-hour candles, and yeah, for me it's a downtrend. Why would I say this? Doji, bearish in fundament already, and a 4-hour candle is quite accurate too. So we have a hanging hammer here, the first one, and I will show you that one too. So this is a doji, a small body, almost flat, with 2 hanging pieces onto it. Then we have here a dragonfly. That means normally a bullish candle, but you also have the opposite one, and that's this one. That's a gravestone doji, and that means it's a bearish candle, and that's what we have here. Now this is still a hanging hammer. Let me take you the other one. The hammer is down a bit below. Morning star. No. Evening star. The hammer pin bar. So this is a nice indicator to show us this upwards, but we have the opposite one too. This one. And this is a bearish pin bar. The shooting star, by the way, it's called. I thought it was a hanging hammer. This was the hammer. So the shooting star is a bearish candle, of course, and that means that we are going in the other direction. And you can see here we have one. Here we have dojis. These are small enough to be doji, so we have 1, 2, 3 indicators that shows us the market is changing direction, and the market changed direction. So it's that easy, people. So if you learn and study these candles and you look enough at the market, you will understand how it works. It's very easy if you know what you're doing. It's like riding a bike the first time. The first time you're done riding a bike, it was not that easy, but after a while you get used to it and you can do it perfectly. So that's about how the market works for today. If you wanted to take a trade, I would short the market from here on to 1414. I would short the market till here. I would cost average out of it, of course. So I'll make it to 1421 maybe here, and the trade, and start going out 50% here, somewhere around 1508 or 1520, maybe a bit above, make it a bit smarter, make it around this, exactly the same. That's exactly €1,000 dollars apart. That was, yeah, nice to see. It doesn't happen much to do that out of the fingers. I would short the market till this area somewhere, and then start cost averaging out, of course, and make sure the stop loss is following to these key levels, and then again to this next key level, to be sure that you are definitely in positive ways of trading if the market should change direction again. Because of the news at this point, we have some very strange news going on with what the markets are doing and everything else, and I do not know how accurate everything is. If anybody has a question for me, please ask or let me know, so that I can show you guys what you want to know. If anybody wants to help or be helped, let me know too, because I definitely want to help you guys in anything from questions to mindsets to anything else. I have a nice mindset for anybody that wants to learn. If you want to learn to have a better mindset and think positive more, make sure that you are very confident in what you are doing. So some nice affirmations for that is, I'm a good crypto trader. Why am I such a good crypto trader? Why are all my crypto trades always good? Why do I love crypto trading so much? Why is crypto trading my passion? Why am I so good at crypto trading? And so on. You make a record of that. So you make a voice record and play that off at night when you sleep. It's very helpful for you to make a lot of confidence to do what you must be doing. And that is trading at that point, so that you learn from it and that you can educate yourself faster into starting to let your brain believe that it's possible. Or watch people that trade and let your brain see that people can do it, so that you can believe easier that you can do it too. Because if anybody can do it, that means that you can do it too. You're just as good and as smart as everybody else. It's just that easy. You just have to have a lot of confidence for this and keep doing what you're doing. It's not always that easy, but especially because we always remember to account the not good trades, and the good trades sometimes slip out of our mind. And even I have that. So that's why I'm writing them down, making sure that I read that enough. That's why I always have my trade book beside me when I'm trading, so that I can read why I'm doing this, that I keep reminding myself why I should be doing this, implementing it every day, so that I train my brain to know why we're doing it, believe that I can do it perfectly, even that I know that I can do it, but still my brain sometimes tells me, oh, but you did do a trade good now, and see, and that comes onto it, and your brain takes it completely over, and then it's not a good day to trade. Then you have to read again every good trade you made, so that you can see how many times you done a nice and perfectly trade. Like I've shown at a few things before, you can see that here. It's called winrate.io. Here you can see how much trades you have to trade, and you don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have a lot of money at all. Say that you start with $100 and that you trade with $25 from your budget. That's not a lot. You take a profit of 4% and your stop loss is at 2. So that means that you have a half. The number of trades, at the first you have a win rate of 50-50. Let me say it like that. Then after 100 trades, you would have made $34. That's not a lot, of course, but you still made $34. That means that you made profit, and that only from $25. That means that your money already doubled in 100 trades. But say that you already have some experience afterwards and that you have done 250 trades. You made $184. But after a while, you keep doing this constantly. You make 500 trades and you made $1,700 at that point. But if you are at 1,000 trades, and my internet stopped somewhere. If you have 1,000 trades, and this was 4, and you have a win rate of 50, it was, you would have made, oh, this was only 25, of course. After 1,000 trades at a win rate of 50%, and you have done 1,000 trades, you made a profit of 121,000 people. You cannot imagine that you were working for somebody and earning that much amount of money. You don't need a lot of capital to start with. You just need to be constantly doing and repeating the same thing. And this is with a leverage of 1. If you were doing this with a leverage of 3, you would have gained 661,000 people. Then you would already been in profit from 500 trades. I think you would be around 20,000, something like that. No, 168,000. Ain't that a nice? That means that you only take 4% profit of $25. So in the beginning, you would earn like $1, $2, $2, 3, 4, but you compound this. So that means the money that you earn, that stays in here constantly. So after 100 trades, you would have $225 in here. Because you won 683, you lost $400, and you paid fees for $41. And then you still have a profit of $216 with a starting of $25. That's like a 5, no, that's an 8, That's almost a 10x of your money. So if you ever start with 250, yeah, you can imagine that this would gain so much faster. But after 200 trades, you would already be in $22,000. So if you're consistently with this and you can learn yourself the skill, then this win rate will go up, of course, too. Then if you're good enough and you can say that you got 60% of your trades good, you would make a lot of money in 200 trades. From $250, make it 25 again, that's nice to show. From $26 starting amount, and you do 200 trades with a 60% win rate out of stop loss 2.4, that means that you would have gained $66,000 in 200 trades. I cannot tell you how long that would take, 200 trades, but I can tell you that that is a nice profit for such a small amount of profit taking. So don't try to be greedy, try to take profit. If you constantly take small amounts per profit, that means that you would gain much more than taking a lot of profit. Because in the beginning, the win rate is slowly, but then it goes up very fast. And I think a lot of people would love to see this kind of gainings, but you have to remember, if you are gaining like $62, that you would be losing 55, 52, that's also possible. So you would lose the half of what your gains are. At a certain point, we are making profits of 2,000, 3,950, 2,950, so that's a lot of profit. You do have to remember that. That's how it works, and that is how it has been done at that point. So start small, just do a lot of trades. You will be learning also in this number of trades. So if you are doing 1,000 trades in a year, you would have gained $127,000. We have 365 days. Make it 1,000 divided by 365. That means that you would have almost 3 trades a day of a win profit of 4%. That's a bit lot, that's a bit much. So we are not gonna be able to do that. Maybe make it 500 trades. You still have a profit of 51,000. Oh shit, that's a lot more. I have a profit of 500,000 here with 500 trades. That means that you would have 1.2 trades a day with a profit of 4%. So if you have 500 divided by 365, that means that you would trade 1.3 trades a day. And that's definitely doable in the crypto trading market. Maybe not every time 4%, but if you do 3x, that means you only have to make 1%, 1.5%. So if you make 1.5%, 1.5 x 3, that means that you would gain 4.5% already. That is a nice amount of profit that you can do. And you only have to make sure that your win rate is at 60% at that point. Of course, if you have only a win rate of 40%, you still would have been in profit, but your profit would be way less, of course. You would only have like 259 euros. But that means that you would have gained that much knowledge. If you can do this year in, year out, you will be able to do that for the rest of your days, and anybody can learn this. That was it for today. I hope something was helpful. I hope you guys learned something and that I can teach you guys every day a bit more about crypto and how to trade the market. Be patient, be grateful for everything you have, be blessed. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for being present and helping my community grow. Please share my channel with other people. That would be much appreciated. If you want to join my Discord, it's also possible. I show a bit more inside my Discord what I'm doing and what I'm not doing of trades, of course. Be well, be blessed, and I see you all in the next one. Ciao!